Thank you, Daniel, for the wonderful introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, everyone, and good morning to myself and rest of the team in Western countries. So, Joshua, thank you for the opportunity. Tatti, thank you for the opportunity, and it's a great honor to meet everybody in this pandemic condition situations that we are all in. But I believe in creating opportunities when there's a crisis. When there is a crisis, there is a lot of problems. So how do you come out of it? What are the strategies that you can do and help yourself and help the country, help the globe? I'm all about using the opportunity and elevate ourselves, right? So um, I've been asked to discuss about the job opportunities and business opportunities both in India and US. As I said, I'll just quickly go through my life. I'm born and brought up in Trichy. I grew up there and studied computer science in Madurai Kamaraj University, and then I moved to US in 1997. For a year or so, I worked here, and then nobody gave me a job. Then I had to find my own job, right? So I started a company. I went and attended a lot of interviews, no jobs. So end of the day, what you gonna do? You gotta find your own job. So that's how we started. It's been 22 years now. I'm very gifted. We have operations in 30 states in US, Canada, Mexico, and we also have operations in India, in Trichy, where I grew up. That's where I started our first operations. We wanted to give back to our community, where I grew up from, where I got my education, where I got my life to begin with. So we started the Trichy operations. Then we have Chennai, Bangalore, and so on. So right now we are globally about 800 employees, spread across various countries and states. We provide IT services, IT with engineering and professional. Apart from that, we have our innovations. We also make movies. We also have technologies. We have a Kaiwa Kids Foundation, which does address the kids both in US, underprivileged young kids both in US as well as in India. I will share some of our websites shortly. Um, what is right now, because right now it's kind of hard because we are in a pandemic and things have slowed down, but there are, how do we position ourselves, right? There are industries that does hire a lot of people. So I'm not just talking about the next 3 months. I'm going to talk about the next couple of years. What, as a student, some of you are graduating or about to graduate, what do you need to look for? How do you position yourself, right? So first, some of the industries that really hiring people is healthcare is phenomenally growing. Life sciences, there is a lot of innovation happening. There is a lot of R&D work is going on, finding that whether it's corona, a COVID cure. um, you know STEM is another area where science and technology and engineering, that's another area where there is a lot of opportunity. Supply chain is completely crippled right now. So there is a lot of, nobody expected this, not even a country like US where it's highly advanced. They didn't have a proper roadmap on how to address this. So there is a continuous learning, and people are coming out of this whole thing. And at the same time, pandemic also helping companies to transform some of the ways that they traditionally work. I have a customer who's heavily invested in insurance. They invested large football field, cricket stadiums, baseball, concert halls. So they insure such a large facilities. So they are very traditional. They've been doing all work from office and old school way. Typically for them to get into this, even the work from home option, it takes about 8 years for them to change the way that they do. And this pandemic has really shortened the curve and make this whole thing virtual in 3 months. They're forced to do it. Now they are finding ways how to strike a deal, right? Sales team, which they have a large sales team, they go out in a golf course and network and sign up contracts and things like that. How do you do that? How do you interact with large customers when you sign up billions and billions of dollars of contracts? You can't do it over the phone. How do you give them the comfort? How do you give them the pitch of yourself? So those are the some of the things that people are navigating through, and people are going through the things. I will send. How do I share this chat? Okay. I want to quickly post some of our opportunities. I want to make this as a more interactive session and leave my monologue dialogue quickly. So. Okay, I have sent the opportunities and all our websites into the chat portal, Josh and Daniel. So if you can pass it to the audience, that'd be great. And apart from what we do, we also do some innovations, right? I told you, like I give you a small example of now the recent investment that I personally have made. There is a company called Pork Logic. What they do is, we all heard about Fitbits. Fitbits is what we use to maintain our health and wellness. We walk, we monitor our sleep time, monitor how active we are, how agile we are, the whole 9 yards, right? So this company has invested. They started a concept called Pork Logic. They wanted to do Fitbit for pigs. Obviously, in Western countries, there is a significant amount of pork eating folks are here. So we wanted to make sure that how the meat is whether the meat is quality, whether it's the pigs are being healthy. We don't want to eat some animals that are not healthy, and create an awareness on the whole thing. So providing this, it's an organic meat, and it's raised in a farm. It's very active. It's young, and we completely over 300 different features of the pigs. It's monitored. So when it goes to the shelf in Whole Foods or your meat markets in a large stores, and when customer sees that, and they know, they have the confidence. So I have invested a little bit. Now that company, one of the largest meat distributor, has invested close to $5 million on the seed funding alone. So this is a small, who would thought, a pork meat, you tie a Fitbit on a pig and monitor the wellness of the pig, and then that quality of the meat, now from a $2, now you charge $10, people will buy. I don't want to buy, I want to eat meat that is right, that I know that is healthy. And if they say organic, then I know it's organic. I don't want to eat something that is dead already, So there's several, significant changes. So these are some of the things that are happening, right? Innovation is the key. As you are there, you may find struggle for, to get into jobs and things like that. You find opportunities within innovation. Digital is another major, amazing technology that everything is going on digital, right? Whether it's Netflix or Uber, and everything is digital. So mobile practices, virtual things, content is another thing. Content is the king now. So you have content, that's how you control the whole thing. Virtual, using offshore services, another big opportunity, whether it's IT services or knowledge services, BPOs, that's another large things. And then the distance learning, that's a huge thing. For Tatti, having this, have you ever thought about setting up this kind of virtual thing for a global audience? This is unbelievable, right? This is this is a break-taking ideas. And co-working space. Nobody, and I myself thinking now, every team, even my Trichy employees are working from home. I thought they will not. I will never even thought about having those team work from home because they all work night shifts. So now they are working from home out of wherever they are, and things are normal. I mean, there are a few things that we still miss, but that's okay, But we are productive. Why do I need 5 different offices, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on rent and infrastructure? Maybe I can shorten it. I may just need a couple meeting rooms that I can rent it whenever I want. That's where the co-working space is happening. So those are the things that that I wanted to share. And in terms of jobs in US, still digital, AI, artificial intelligence, data lakes, cybersecurity. Yeah, with the new virtual learning and technology and things like that, there is a lot of bad actors are there. So that's where there are companies and corporations that are investing billions and billions of dollars on security. Cybersecurity is another major area that's going to boom and expand. And I see potential, a lot of opportunities, either as an entrepreneur or as an, looking for a job. That's pretty much that I can think of. More than if there's any other questions that you have, I'm open and I can answer a few questions if you have.
Thiru, I'll get you the first question. It's from Dr. Palanisamy. Do you think India will benefit from the bad China's global relationship in relationship with the business?
What is the question again, Joshua? I'm sorry.
Do you think India will benefit because of China's bad global relationship in terms of business?
Yeah, but see, and that's a little political thing. So I'm not that, this is what I can think of, right? China is much higher, much bigger. The economy is probably 10 times bigger than our GDP. They're well advanced. Even US, even if they want, right now there is not a great relationship between the US and China. Still, I don't think they can afford to do a lot of things, right? So it's going to take time. It doesn't happen overnight. Even if India wants to dissociate themselves from China, it has to, do a lot of things internally, prepping ourselves well. Yesterday I was talking about to another forum. They asked for a similar questions in terms of our business. Suddenly the business, my business is collapsed because of certain things. Can I uproot immediately from offshore? I decided that I don't want India. Can I move everything to US? I can't. I have invested about 12, 15 years in my offshore centers. I cannot uproot everything here overnight. It's going to take time. I need to invest on technology here, tools, invest on employees, invest on my skills. So these are all going to take time, right? There are few things that you can do from a PR perspective, which is what I see by turning off this TikTok and things like that. But really changing the game, making India is a good thing. And I think it's a very effective if it gets executed properly, but that's going to take time. China doesn't happen, did not get the strength overnight. It took several years for them to be where they are. And you got to have the skill set, you got to have a consistency, you got to deliver to the global markets consistently. That's the key, right? Quality and consistent. You pay $5, you expect a value for $5. Same thing, India can repeat that, can take it and do the same thing in India. It's going to take time because you need people, you need skills, you need again, quality and consistency. You need to make sure that the products that goes out are marketable. People are willing to pay and buy for it. Right? So I don't think it's going to happen over time. I mean, it may happen over time as long as we follow the process, we invest on things. That's why the investment takes time. You know, we also invest, like my employees, I invest a lot in their training and development. That's an investment for us. For me to get things from them 2 years from now, I need to start training and investing on them, right? That's the key.
Thank you, Thiru. The next question is from Nazimuddin. What skills are needed to get a good job post-pandemic?
You got to have a flexibility, right? You need to be agile. Things now, there are people who are doing work are shifted to, now I look at it and see how efficiently I can do things. If my reception is working from home, I can able to handle it. Why do I need that job? Can that job be shifted to offshore? So there is a flexibility. You need to be an agile. You need to take more than one area of excellence, and you need to have that, the learning skills. Okay, there is an opportunity for you to do in other department. Are you equipped to do it? Are you willing to do it? Can you go the extra mile? Can you put that, can you sweat it out for next 3 months? And then prepare yourself, what is there and how do you, how do you position yourself to the rest of the crowd? Managers have, cultural, manage the, productivity of the employees. So you need to have that sense. So if you're a manager, you're already managing a team of people. How do you position yourself for your growth? So to me, passion is the key. Anything that you do, that you have a passion, and I'm pretty sure that you can do well.
Thank you, Thiru. Last question, Thiru. This is the last question, though. Is Park Logic planning to expand to cattle?
It is possible. Pork Logic is just an animal, right? Just for pigs now, and that can be given to, okay, you're a goat eaters in India, maybe we can do it on goat. We can do it on chicken. It's all about cost versus benefits. So it is doable. It is very much, how much of quality people, food that they all now look for, and even, if the meat is, if the particular cattle or animal is sick with high fever, we don't want that whole thing to be slaughtered. And I don't want the entire, in a group of, herds that is part of the cattle. I don't want to be touching that. So those are all the things that we don't know now, because we don't know what we eat. We don't know where it came from. We don't know how long it's there. When these kind of, technology that enables this, now the buyer will have the confidence of what they buy. So this is just an example that recently I've been exposed to, and I thought that's a great idea, and I wanted to put some investment and see how it goes. Right? As a student, this is how we need to think and think outside of the box and think what is out there and how do you change the crisis into an opportunity. And there are various things that we all can do.
Thank you very much, Thiru, for your valuable time. I think it might be very early in the morning to you there. Thank you very much for joining with us and spending your time, Thiru, and for your valuable inputs.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Thiru.
All right. You all have a great day.